The story you're about to hear comes from a young woman named Dana from the city of Karak in Jordan, a story that will introduce you to a strange, unfamiliar kind of magic while exposing the dark cruelty some humans invent just to harm others. I'm Ahmed, and here's a brand new short episode for you. But why a short one? Honestly, I'm not feeling well, and I'm worried it might get worse, so I might not be able to upload on Thursday. Or maybe I'll post, but it'll be another short story, so don't forget to drop a like, my friend, and let's start with today's episode.
By God, I swear again, the customer walked right in front of us and said, "You're invisible to me. I swear this is real."
Dana says, I'm 21 years old and a top student at university. I grew up in a family of 7, my parents and 5 girls, and I'm the oldest sister. My father owns a large grocery store, which he manages entirely on his own, devoting most of his days and nights to it. Last year, in 2024, one of my classmates at university approached me with a surprising proposal: marriage. I barely knew him, just another student on campus. He looked decent, carried himself well, and was known for his good manners. So I didn't see a reason to object. I gave him my home address and my father's phone number, expecting him to reach out before showing up in person. I remembered that my father is almost always at the shop, working there nearly the whole day, so I told this young man, Ibrahim, that my father might be busy. Then I gave him the address of the shop in case he ever needed to visit. Up to that point, everything felt normal, harmless, even reasonable. But that was the very moment that left me with a regret I still carry to this day. Hold on, before I reveal what happens next, here's a short announcement. And yes, my friend, this is a sponsored message. Meet Pocket Broker, a crypto trading platform that lets you trade 130 plus assets with seamless speed and flexibility. From currencies and metals to the exclusive Bitcoin fund, Pocket Broker is among the pioneers to bring you Bitcoin fund trading, with potential returns of up to 92%. Having trouble with trading? No worries. You can simply switch to the halal account. This option disables certain digital assets and lottery features, making Pocket Broker a safe space for everyone. All you need to do is sign up with your email and password, then add my promo code to get a 100% bonus on your very first deposit. With powerful tools, smart trading modes, and precise indicators, you'll have full control over your assets around the clock. Plus, enjoy Arabic-speaking support whenever you need it. And the best part, withdraw your profits easily with 0 withdrawal fees. Link in the description. So back to the story. After I gave Ibrahim our home address, my father's number, and even the shop's location, Ibrahim actually came to our house. He wasn't alone. He brought along an elderly man and a woman, supposedly his father and mother. But here's the strange part. Both of them stayed completely silent, as if they had no role at all. They didn't even greet my family. Ibrahim was the only one speaking, laying everything out clearly. That's when he revealed that his parents were born with disabilities. They couldn't hear or speak, and that he was their only child. He came to propose to me. After the conversations and back and forth, my father finally turned to Ibrahim and said, "Let's leave it in God's hands. Everything happens by destiny." He promised to give them an answer soon, and shortly after, Ibrahim and his family left. Later, my father came to me and asked if I was okay with the idea. I told him, "The guy seems decent, good looking, and well known at the university for his good manners and reputation. I don't mind agreeing, but my decision is tied to yours." Dana said, "The strange thing is, my father told me, I refuse. There's no way I'll ever accept this marriage. Not today, not tomorrow, not even in 100 years. I was stunned. I asked him, why? I mean, regardless of your decision, fine, you refuse, but at least give me a reason. The father explained, "There are plenty of reasons, but just one is enough. Ibrahim's father and mother are swindlers, deceivers. I've seen them with my own eyes, more than once, shopping, walking, talking like anyone else, which only proves one thing. Ibrahim is a master con man. He's a real fraud, and what lies beneath is even darker." Right away, my father grabbed the phone, called Ibrahim, and said, "I'm sorry, but it's not meant to be." Then he hung up on him barely 10 minutes after he had left, and as strange as that was, what came next would be even stranger and nothing you'd ever expect. The next day, Ibrahim confronted me. "Why did you reject me? You didn't object before, you almost agreed, so what changed?" I answered simply, "My father's decision is my decision," and walked away, believing that was the end of it. But a few days later, he appeared at my father's store, insisting he reconsider. My father cut him off coldly. "Forget about marrying my daughter. Find someone else. I will never approve, no matter what happens." That was supposed to be the final word, the end of the story. At least that's what I thought. My father had a keen eye and a flawless memory, so he instantly recalled Ibrahim's father as an ordinary man. He spoke, he listened, he shopped at the store like anyone else. The security cameras confirmed it. He was perfectly normal. So why did he appear to be deaf? Without bothering to overthink, my father dismissed the matter. But there were other things he knew, secrets he never shared with me, not to this very day. But as the days went by, I learned it the hard way after that failed engagement. Ibrahim drifted away completely, losing himself in his university life. Yet that was only the beginning of the strange and unexplainable events that started haunting my father. Every single day, the store's machines would break down, and the food supplies, though brand new, would mysteriously spoil. His car kept breaking down for no reason, and the shop was plagued by bizarre, repeated electrical short circuits, so intense they could burn the place to the ground. But every time my father had to rush in, cut the power, and save the day. Eventually, he got used to shutting off the electricity entirely whenever closing the shop just to avoid disaster. Countless electricians were called, but all confirmed the same thing. No faults anywhere in the wiring. What was really causing those shorts? Nobody had a clue. One night, my father checked the store's security cameras just to make sure everything was fine. What he saw left him frozen. A figure made of fire, shaped like a human, walking between the shelves and aisles. Wherever it passed, flames erupted, consuming everything in its path in the strangest, most chilling way imaginable. He immediately called the fire department and rushed to the store. But in the end, fate had already spoken. The fire consumed the shop entirely, leaving behind ashes. Even the cameras and the recorder were nothing but charred remains. The loss was immense, forcing my father to pour thousands into rebuilding. In just 2 months, the store rose from the ruins, looking exactly as it did before the fire. Yet something had changed. My father was drained, both in spirit and hope. And the store itself, once a place crowded with familiar faces, it now sat eerily deserted day and night. My father was desperate to solve this mystery, or at least uncover what was really going on. It just didn't make sense. People had always shopped there, and then suddenly they vanished. Same place, same look, even the same products. Nothing had changed, and yet everything had. That's when I decided to step in and help him by adding photos of the store and giving it a top rating on Google Maps. And that's when the real shock hit me. Dozens of reviews and ratings on the store's name on the map. The rating was sky high, but the comments, they felt like they came from another world. People kept saying that whenever they tried to visit the store in real life, it simply wasn't there. Some said they searched the streets for it and still couldn't find a trace. Others even praised the shop, begging someone to tell them its new location, convinced it must have moved somewhere else. But here's the twist, the store hadn't moved an inch. It was still right where it always had been. Just like you, I was puzzled by the whole thing. Honestly, I had no clue where the shop was located. Sure, it was my father's store, but not once in my life had I ever stepped inside. So I called him up and told him I wanted to visit, and he agreed. I quickly changed my clothes, put on my hijab, and set out on foot, guided only by Google Maps, until I finally reached the neighborhood and the very street where the store was supposed to be. The map said the shop was there, and everyone knew it was there. And like I mentioned, it was a big, well-known store. I followed the map, glancing right and left, searching and searching, but somehow I walked far past the shop's location without a single trace of it. I swear I went back and searched the same street over and over, yet the shop was gone as if it had never existed. I asked a man nearby and he swore it was before the street's end, so I retraced my steps 3 times down the same road, still nothing. It wasn't until I stopped another passerby that things started to feel even stranger. And the real shock? The store was right beside me. I stepped inside, it was empty as always. But this time a suffocating dread washed over me. Something deep inside screamed at me to get out as fast as I could. Fear gripped me, even though it was broad daylight. And it was my father's shop. None of it made any sense. I told my father about what had happened, how I'd passed that street again and again, right by the shop's location, yet somehow it never caught my eye, as if it was invisible to me. Then I showed him the Google Maps comments. Strangely enough, other people were saying the same thing. They came looking for the new shop but couldn't see it. They thought it had already moved to another place. My father reviewed the security footage, and sure enough, he saw me wandering around, searching, even glancing right in the direction of the shop, and walking past as if it wasn't there at all. To his shock, the cameras revealed dozens of other people doing the exact same thing. Some of them kept circling right where the shop was supposed to be, looking puzzled, until suddenly they blinked, saw the store standing right in front of them, and walked inside. It was undeniable. They had been looking for it, yet somehow couldn't see it. And the strangest part? This wasn't a one-time glitch. For days, the same eerie pattern repeated itself, even after my father changed the storefront and repainted it completely. Nothing worked. Until one day, a sheikh entered the store and told my father, "Your store is not natural, and it feels oppressive as if the place has dark magic, God forbid." Those words stayed with my father, who wasted no time in seeking help from a sheikh he trusted to look into it. And sure enough, beneath the shop's unfinished floor in one corner, he stumbled upon 3 bags. The first contained a thick, black, viscous liquid. The second, let's just say things I'd rather not describe. The third held papers covered in strange writings. Someone clearly knew exactly what was happening, waiting for the perfect moment to bury this dark magic beneath the foundation. While it was still under construction, a spell designed to scatter people's attention, to make them blind to the shop. The problem is, no one really knows who cast the spell in that place. But one of the nearby shop cameras captured something strange. My father asked for the footage from the time of the renovations, and he saw it with his own eyes. A masked man slipping into the shop late at night and then leaving. The shocking part, my father was certain it was Ibrahim's father. The movements, the figure, it all matched. But the face wasn't clear enough on camera. Even when we handed the footage to the police, hoping for justice, they dismissed it. To them, the video wasn't strong enough proof to accuse Ibrahim's father. As I mentioned, Ibrahim's father's face couldn't be seen clearly. Still, my father knew. It was the way he carried himself, those subtle signs only he would notice. And both of us are sure Ibrahim and his family were the ones pulling the strings of that dark magic. But the moment my father unraveled the curse and reinforced the store's protection, everything returned to normal. The shop was alive again, just as if nothing had happened. And that's the end of today's episode. I wanted to share a light story with you this time since I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but don't worry, this Thursday I'll be dropping another story and it's going to be a long one. So make sure you're subscribed and have that bell on so you don't miss what's coming next. Don't forget to drop a like, my friend, and follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see my life outside of YouTube. This is Ali Ahmed. Goodbye. So I told him, he's acceptable, but I just... Dear viewer, bear with me, stay patient. I accidentally stopped recording. It happens sometimes, totally normal. Guys, I know the image isn't that great, but hey, cut me some slack. I'm sick and don't have the energy to fix every detail right now. The background's off, the face looks weird, the lighting's a mess. But once I recover, trust me, you'll get a legendary 4K shot. For now, this is what I've got. Just hang tight for a week or so. And hey, ever heard of electricity artists? That's what they call the guys fixing the wires. Like they're doing some crazy tricks with power. Funny thing is, this was supposed to be just a short story, but here I am, still not done with even the first version. Why? Don't ask.